This film also had the creepiest Santa. And you could,
oh my god,
like,
yeah! We need to find the fourth dimension, and by finding all these tiny little perfect things that happen in our neighborhood or in our town or whatever, we're gonna find the fourth dimension, and we're missing one. I'll pick Andrew Garfield. Peter 3.
Peter 3.
Ooh, that comic book filter!
This green ball?
This green tennis ball is Vecna, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're talking about Chippendales the dancers, right? Not Chippendales the chipmunks? Okay, I was just making sure. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, num. If you're just tuning in with us right now, we are doing a taste test of strange Kit Kats.
We're tasting whatever flavor this Kit Kat is.
We thought it was like red velvet or something.
It kind of... there's so many flavors going on in my mouth right now. It's either like a strawberry or a raspberry, but there's like chocolate.
I bet it's like white raspberry chocolate.
Maybe.
Just judging by the white Kit Kat.
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
I just would feel like if it, because normally when they're like advertising, even though I can't read Japanese, but normally they're like, I don't know, sometimes there's like very obvious clues, like, oh, big strawberries, big raspberries, but like this one, it is just like a dessert looking thing. So I'm like, it's whatever this dessert is in a Kit Kat, and that looks yummy. So gotta work out, maybe.
Right?
Maybe. But interesting raspberry. Huh.
Yeah, whatever it is, it was good. It tasted good. I definitely not red velvet, but it's got like I when I first bit into it, you could taste like the fruity hint of like strawberry or raspberry or something.
Okay.
I'm guessing because it's red.
Right?
But then
or
it's
both.
Like very, very much chocolate. So yeah, but it's good. It's delicious. I enjoyed it.
10 out of 10. Excellent.
10 out of 10.
Anyways, hey Cinema Peeps.
Hey Cinema Peeps.
Ooh, we're just doing a fun taste test. Some stuff I found at the TNT market.
Yeah.
That's now my favorite place to go for treats.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And for like a really reasonable price.
Right?
Like beyond a reasonable price.
Oh, definitely. I feel like it's less expensive than 7-Eleven.
Oh, 100%. Like most of the Pocky are like $1.67. Like there might be one that's like $2, but the one that's normally like $2 at a gas station is almost like $5. And the ones that are like $1.60 are almost like $3.
Right? Just more of a variety of snacks too. Like there's definitely a lot of different flavors of chips. There's like the dry noodles, like the instant noodles you could get. There's cookies. There's chicken flavored pretzels, Pocky, and lots of like different kinds of drinks to try. Like I feel like every time I go, I want to try a new drink, a new flavor of chip.
I almost bought you a thing of Lay's chips because it looked very enticing.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was, but like what, like again, talking about packaging, like what was displayed at the front of the package? Because on the back they do have like an English nutrition guide, because I think they have to by law, and it said something, and so sometimes it'll say like the name of the like a bit of the flavor name, and this it said it was salt and pepper.
Oh,
the front did not convey that, so I was like, another time. I was like, I'm not willing to whisk the biscuit on this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, every time I go in, I'm like, I want to try this. I want to try that.
Right?
I want to try everything.
Just so many cool things to try, and it's a fun time.
Right?
Except for the times when you get a little too brave, like we did the one time, and tried to go for some air dried or dehydrated squid.
Yeah.
And dehydrated
mini
crab, which
not
apparently, according to my sister, because I remember telling her this story again, and I think actually your roommate at the time too probably told us, but that stuff you're actually supposed to like steep in a soup. You're not supposed to eat it raw. So we were just eating like dehydrated crabs raw, and it just tasted like you were biting into a plastic spoon. It was
Yeah, I think we gave them all to my roommate, and she was
Yep.
like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, like you clearly enjoy it. Like fucking have it. Go to town."
Right?
She was very happy that day. She was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
yes, num 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 num."
Yep.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube shorts because apparently I'm just not going to go on to TikTok ever. I just wait till it comes on YouTube shorts or Instagram reels. But I'm being fed a lot because now the algorithm kind of knows me now. Being fed a lot of food content, which I'm not mad at.
Yep.
As like people like just making food, which is great.
Nice.
And I also am getting like people who clean up like old consoles or like computers and like fix broken things.
Oh, nice.
Just fascinating to watch, but I would just never have the patience. I'm like, oh, it's really simple. You just pop the top off, you just solder iron this. I'm like, no, you lost me. No, thank you. Can I wipe it? Can I wipe down the outside and it be fixed? No.
Yeah, right. Can I just blow on it and then it's good?
Right? Because I'm out of options. After that, it's donezo.
Yeah. That's what my dad does that. He's always been like that. He'll take computers apart and put them back together. And his new summer project this year is he's going to be making a stand-up arcade unit.
Ooh.
And so he's got all the blueprints, he's got everything for it, all the wood, all the tools, and then he's going to be able to install like a screen, and then I think the system he bought is one that like has multiple arcade games on it, so you could do like all different kinds. So, and he said he might be able to have the converter so that you could play those arcade games, but you could also plug in like our Nintendo 64, or you could plug in the GameCube, or like his television that he has. Yeah.
That's dope.
Right?
You have to update us on the entire project.
Oh,
pictures,
I've been tasked with blogging it all, so I will.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I would love. See, that'd be something I'd like to watch.
Yeah.
But again, I don't have the patience to actually like do any of that. Like, kudos to the people who can. I watched this one guy's YouTube video talking about how he like, again, a big thing I guess is building your own like PC setup or not console, but like PC monitor and doing everything by hand and buying all individual parts. And I'm like, you fools, you don't have to IKEA this. They just sell it pre-made. You don't have to do any of that. But for some reason, people find joy in it, and that's fine. But this YouTuber made a video on it, and it basically told his journey of frustration of like trying to get this to work, and how like if you accidentally glue something wrong, then it's like, oh shit, now I have to take apart the whole thing and figure out what the fuck is wrong. And that absolutely does not appeal to me whatsoever.
Yep.
I'm like, no, thank you.
I've seen a lot of like computer building or tower building, whatever they call it, things, and to them it's like souping up a car. You're just like souping up your computer system.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Again, very cool to watch. That's just not my jam. Anyways, computer chop shop and snacking and in the past. I feel really bad because I've watched nothing this week.
Oh, no.
We were so excited. We were going to sit down and watch some Mandalorian and Ted Lasso, but my brother apparently wasn't available. And that's the problem when you have too many people watching
too many people that wanting
show.
To watch the same stuff. Yeah.
And we're like, we're waiting. And my brother's like, oh, sorry, I'm super popular. I'm going out to hang out. And I'm like,
see, that's where the rule in my household is if we're getting together to watch a show together, we do it. And if we can't, unless it's like dire, like important episode you can't miss, then it's like, all right, you're going out. We're watching without you. You can catch up on your own.
Damn.
Yeah.
But how do you know what's the super important episodes and which ones are filler?
Depending on the one prior, we can usually
gauge it.
We got them. I'm quickly going to try to use Google Translate on my phone to see if I can see what the flavor of this is.
Oh, hell yeah.
Individual packing, Daifuku. Sakura. Sakuyo Daifuku flavored.
Cool. Now we have to Google Translate what that means.
Big flower. Daifuku, big flower. That's what it says. So I'm guessing because there's a little cherry blossom on the side that it's cherry blossom or cherry flavored, maybe? Which would make sense as to why there's such a flavor profile. I feel like it could be like cherry blossom flavored.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's Chinese translation. Let's try Japanese and see if that's different. Kit Kat. Large.
Thanks, Google Translate. I would be lost without you.
It says, Daifuku flavor, big luck is coming to Kit.
Oh.
And then different types of visual packing with messages of support. This Google Translate's so funny. Hello, it says. Yeah. Sakura Saku Daifuku. So we'll have to we'll have to do a little bit of research on that.
A little bit of digging. Little bit of digging.
Interesting. Learning new things.
Right, would not have guessed that. Anywho's pickle. That's why we have not watched anything at all.
Yeah.
But I meant to watch what is it called? Up There. That movie trailer I shared with you. It's out now on Disney Plus. I was gonna watch that, and then life got busy, and I'm like, what am I doing with myself?
Hey, sometimes we have those weeks. That's okay. I also have not watched that one. The only thing I've watched new other than Shazam is the Boston Strangler.
Oh, that's also on Disney Plus.
Yes.
I'm surprised you watched that.
Really?
I am a little bit, yeah.
Why?
Well, crime drama doesn't always speak to you sometimes.
Yes, that's fair.
You know, unlike when I'm like, hey, I watched this murder doc about this guy who murdered a bunch of people, and you're like, oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
You're like, I watched this really beautiful, uplifting thing, and I'm like, wow, what is that?
Like, I'm just Shirley. That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Pretty much. So I am surprised. Well, I did see it on my feed. It has Keira Knightley in it, so
yes. It depends for me. I feel like this one gave me Zodiac Killer vibes. I don't know if you've seen the movie Zodiac with.
I did, and I did not care for it.
Oh, okay.
I know so many people were like, "It's the best," and I was just like, "Sure, it's a movie." I mean, I felt the same way about Seven as well.
Oh,
where they were like, "It's this big thing," and I feel like maybe what are words in English language? Because I watch so much crime stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like not like I liked Seven, but like I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, the twist and all this," and I was like, yeah, like I kind of saw it coming a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I just feel like because that movie came out like late or early like 2000.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit too young. So I feel like and I watched it way later. So I feel like maybe some of that, not nostalgia, but like just because now since then there's been more and more crime stuff that's been highlighted. It's kind of like this one just didn't seem as great.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, you know?
That's fair. Yeah, if you're more versed in some of the other stuff, this can kind of look a little what's the word? It just it doesn't quite.
I was gonna say weenie, but that's not the word. But
yeah, like it just doesn't. It seems a little more like a watered down type thing because what you're watching is a little more like. You know, if you because you watch the docs and stuff, all the true crime docs and everything, so obviously that's true real life things you're watching, right?
Yeah.
And so having something like that where it's a little more story based, a little more, you know, they kind of have room to play with some stuff. Yeah, I can see how it would be a little more easily predictable.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think between the two, I think I like Seven better than Zodiac.
Oh, really?
Killer, but. Again, maybe that's something I might have to go and like rewatch both of them. Because again, I feel like my perception of those films might change now that I'm rewatching, you know?
Maybe.
I think it's one of those things where it's like I watched them once and it's been so long that it's hard for me to remember.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll have to do that this month, maybe, as part of apparently Crime Week. But anyways, I want to hear you talk about Boston Strangler.
Well, yeah, they were advertising the Boston Strangler thing on TV, I think it was. I think I saw Keira Knightley was on Jimmy Fallon, so they kind of showed a clip from the show. So I was like, oh, that could be interesting. And it's interesting. I did fall asleep during the last half of it. It did kind of put me to sleep. So I don't know if that's necessarily the movie's fault or what. I maybe just wasn't what I was kind of expecting to get out of it, but it is obviously based off of true events.
Yes.
I just felt like so yes, it's very similar vibes to the Zodiac Killer as far as how it's presented, like very like slow burn, kind of suspenseful kind of stuff, but majority of it's focused on Keira Knightley's character. So she gets she's starts off as this kind of lifestyle reporter. She kind of her and a group of women are bunched together to do these kind of lifestyle articles for the newspaper. She doesn't really want to do it. It's kind of stale for her now. She really wants to get into like crime and like mystery and all that kind of stuff. So she finally gets her opportunity because she notices a pattern in women getting strangled in the Boston area. It's been happening frequently. So she has to make a case to like prove it to her boss and let her be, the person to report on it and everything. So so it's majority of it's about her and her journey through that and everything, and what happens as she gets kind of deeper and deeper into the investigation and stuff. And yeah, they kind of just leave it at that. And so I'm not super familiar with the actual like story of the Boston Strangler and stuff like that. I don't know if he was or like what happened after the fact, but they kind of just left it open-ended, I guess. So I guess if you kind of know what happened or if you're familiar with the whole story, you can kind of like piece the rest of it together yourself.
Sorry, so is it a movie or a TV show?
It's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, I feel like you probably would enjoy it, but it is along the vibe of like Zodiac Killer, where it's just kind of, it's like they're trying to piece together all the things that are going on with this guy and how he could be, how he could be doing all this stuff, and then by the end they kind of leave it just a little open ended, and
Yeah, maybe I'll watch the movie and then I'll Google, because I want to Google first, but like maybe I'll watch the movie first, not Google, because the whole thing right with the Zodiac Killer was that I think to this day he's never been caught. Right?
I think so. I
mean,
I should probably know that. I,
I feel like he's never been caught. He or she, I guess, but
it's either he's never been caught or his identity was never discovered or something like that.
And in the movie, like, they do kind of have an ending where I believe they do find the killer, but I think in reality, that's not what happened. Yeah. So I mean, that kind of works then for like, the movie that they made then. So I am wondering maybe if the Boston Strangler then is maybe the same thing, like maybe he never got caught, which would be very depressing, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah. Well, I won't spoil it for you, so I won't say what happens.
Okay.
But, yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think of it. There is a really cool shot though near the beginning of the show, where they're kind of like playing out the crime scene that happens. So you like hear the girl kind of having a struggle, and the neighbor kind of hears it and then comes over to try to check on the girl to see if she's okay and stuff, and then all this stuff happens, and then the detective comes in to inspect the crime scene and stuff like that. And there's this really cool shot they show of him, like the apartment's dark and down the corridor is like the room where she is. And it's just like the door is cracked open a little bit, so there's just all this like golden light kind of pouring through, but the rest of the corridor is like dark. And so it's just kind of like this long shot of him like creeping up to the door. It's just like this building suspense and stuff. And then you see it, the camera flips to the other side of the door. And you just see like his face in the crack of the door and opening the door. And then they reveal everything. And it was really, really cool. I was like, oh, that's a cool shot.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely have to check it out then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw it on the banner, the Disney banner.
The Disney banner, yeah.
That they advertise all their shows and whatever is new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they seem to have a I don't know, I'm assuming it's not a Disney original, right? It's like a
No, it's a Stars.
Okay.
Yeah. Same with Up There. It's a Stars thing. So because Disney owns them, they're like, wee.
I wonder if that other one that Andrew Garfield did too is a Star production.
Are you thinking of the one he filmed here in Alberta?
Yeah, it's called Under the Banner. Oh, is it? Okay, it's called Under the Banner of Heaven, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. I remember because me and my mom said we were going to watch it. And we
never have. Oh, I do want to watch that one too, but I basically what I was getting at is I'm like they seem to be doing kind of little like movie versions of like true life events that's been going on, like almost like a little kind of spotlight thing on it.
Yeah,
a few of them on there.
Now, granted, I don't know how company takeovers work, but I wonder, because Disney putting its name against a crime drama, you know. So I do wonder when they bought out or formed with the Stars brand, if they were like, hey, can you make more crime stuff? Because then they can highlight it on their platform. Because they make it a very big distinction that it's a Stars thing,
right?
And if that's only because, then you're not mixing up the branding, and then that way they can diversify their library without having to do it themselves. Okay, I'm sorry. This light is fucking crazy.
I know, it's taking over. Like
I was trying to get to my point, and it's just like, what? Literally, when you were like, isn't that thing called the Banner of God? And literally just like,
I know. I'm like, Lord? Like, is this the Lord? Holy,
my Lord, my Lord! This is wild.
Like, is it? Don't go to the light, Caleigh. Don't go to the light. Like, holy shit.
Holy fucking titties.
It's the circle of life.
Sorry. So, anywho's pickle.
Oh my god,
it's getting wilder, and it's really hard for me to concentrate. But yeah. So I do wonder if Disney does have a hand in asking the Stars brand if they can make that more, or maybe it's like an incentive, like, hey, post that more. Because I know they were showing, like, they did a cartoon show, like I don't know if it was like an adult cartoon or just like a regular cartoon show they were promoting recently, but it feels like, they are promoting a lot of crime stuff lately. And I wonder if that's just in part of like owning that brand, if they can even tell them what to do. But yeah, it is cool. I'm always down for a good crime.
Getting worse and worse.
It's just getting wild.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
And like, there's now like a green streak. Like,
it's like a rainbow. Like, your turn to be the Sailor Scout this time.
Yes. Let me do my spinning sequence. Woo! And transform. Hells yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And like my blinds are up. It's coming through like a crack.
Wow.
Through my blinds because the sun is just perfectly angled at this time of day, I guess. And it's just like whoosh.
Insane. Yeah.
Wild.
That's crazy.
But anyway, it's gonna be really hard to concentrate. But yeah, I will try to squeeze in. I'm gonna try to finish up a lot of the projects I've been working on this week, so that I can actually watch some stuff.
Yeah,
because we were talking with my family, like because we really want to get. Oh god, we want to watch Mandalorian, but especially like I really want to watch Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Like, we technically watched the first episode together of Mandalorian, and it was just like, I was already over it. I was like,
oh, really?
I was over it.
Uh-oh.
I think, in a way, just because maybe I'm crazy, I just feel like the story, like, they had 2 seasons, and they kind of, like, in the season of the Boba Fett, they kind of tacked on, like, basically, like, a season 2.5 of Mandalorian. So to me, in my mind, their story's kind of wrapped. In my mind, personally. So it is weird that they're wanting to expand it. I mean, I see like where they can expand it, but to me, I'm just like, I feel like this is over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. I'm done. Good, but Disney being the money machine it is, it's like, absolutely not. Chug, chug, chug.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've never watched Mandalorian, right?
I've seen random episodes of the first couple of seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember there was like a robot in season 1.
Yes, I do remember that.
So, spoiler. I don't know how big of a spoiler it is for you, but he dies in season 1.
Okay.
And so in this season 3, there's like a statue of him that's been using like his parts in like in the new like town square where the first season took place.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the Mandalorian's like, I want him back. Bring him back to life. And the guy's like, that's not possible. And then they kind of try, and it's like, oh yeah, it didn't work. And he goes, okay, well, we'll just keep working on it. I'm going to go somewhere else now. And I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy to see Katie Sackhoff. She was like rocking a bitch ass throne, but she too was just like, she's like, I'm too good for this. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna keep going then. I'm just like, what is happening? It was a very weird like first episode, so maybe that's why I'm just been like, there are new episodes, but it's like I'd much rather watch Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Light, for going away. Holy
wow.
shit.
I mean, that was gorgeous and mysterious and just
that was trippy as hell.
Wild.
So yeah, we've been sadly trying to plan out time to sit down and watch TV and like get some of this shit done. But I did.
It's weird when like you have to actually plan time to watch TV.
Right. The only show we've been watching, just because it's been like my folks and I, has been the Spencer Sisters.
Oh yes, with Leah Thompson.
Yeah, I'm only watching for Leah Thompson. Like,
nice.
I'll be honest, that's all I'm watching for. But it is a Canadian production that was filmed in Manitoba.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah.
I will say, it's weird because like I don't want to get too into it, but like the story's like very basic, like very like, here's where the conflict. Yeah, okay, we're checking off all the boxes. All right, and we got to the end. Woo! It's a very formulaic. Oh my god, formatted. Formulaic? No.
Formulated?
Yeah. Like it's very like, I'm like, okay, very much so. Like it kind of reminded me of like a Hallmark in a way. Even though like my parents haven't said that out loud. I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, whatever. But there's a little bit of like raunchiness to it. So
okay.
Which is kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. To me it's like very easy watching TV.
Nice.
And, like I said, I'm just watching for Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
I'll be real. I'm just watching it for her. I don't give a shit.
She's good peeps.
Right? But that's all I've been watching lately. So hopefully we'll get back on the train this week. Maybe.
Nice. That reminds me, I've been seeing the advertisement for on CTV. There's another kind of show that's coming out too. I don't know what it's called, but it's got Chad Michael Murray in it. And it's also very like Hallmarky.
The way back? No. Yeah, and there's like
something like that.
They're like, the old mysterious man.
Yeah, and she's like, are you hitting on me? And he's like, you think I'm hitting on you? Okay, bye. Like, it's just the same, same trailer.
Fuck. Yeah, it's some sort of, way back or some fucking bullshit, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But that you saying that it reminded you of a Hallmark kind of thing also, like, that triggered that in my mind. I was like, that kind of seems like a Hallmark-esque movie, too.
And we've been seeing it a lot lately.
Oh, boy.
Because we watched the Spencer Sisters.
Right.
And again, the light is going crazy.
Oh, here we go. Round 2.
Round 2.
I'm excited because today, I saw on my Instagram, I follow, there's a author who writes rom-coms.
Oh.
I've read 3 of her books. I find them hilarious and they're really cute. One's called Beach Read, the other's called People We Meet on Vacation, and the other one's called Book Lovers. And she just announced on Instagram today that Book Lovers is going to be turned into a rom-com movie.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to hear that because it's a good book.
Nice.
Yeah.
New title, Movie Lovers.
Movie Lovers.
Movie Lovers.
Yeah.
Before the light does any more crazy things to my screen and it bothers the like shit out of me, I think that'll do it for today's episode.
I think so.
Sorry for the chaos of this episode.
Yeah.
But, we promise we'll get back on that horse. We're gonna watch some stuff, but you know, life gets busy and we forget. And it's hard to squeeze things in. It sucks. As an adult, you have to make those choices.
It's the season of spring cleaning, so this is just, you know, getting everything caught up for the new, you know, spring cleaning, and then we'll be back to normal.
Yeah, normal.
Whatever normal is for this show.
Wank, wank, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching. If you liked this, let us know in those comments down below. I already forgot we talked about snacks, computer making, food.
Yeah. Oh yes,
snacks.
We need to
snacks.
Test.
Yes,
the chicken flavored pretzel.
Yes.
Ooh, an orange bag.
Ooh, that's not ominous at all.
I love the technology. I say technology, but just the system for opening this is so much easier. Why they don't do this for your Pokemon cards and for all other forms of like packaging that's like this? Because all they put a purpose put a slit in here, and all you gotta do is go, and it's just so easy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fiddling around with it. Like why can't they all be like that?
I know. Japanese Pokemon cards have something like that too. But just
do they
Japanese.
really?
Yeah, it's like a pull tab.
What the heck?
We just believe in sufferment.
It's because you just have to keep a pair of scissors nearby, apparently, and just do it yourself.
Right? I see some people do it. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's hear that chicken.
It smells like fried chicken. I love the top of the box says, "Hello, me time."
We were just talking about that, having me time.
Me time, right? Okay, here we go.
I don't want to say like food that's supposed to taste like other food is normally pretty gross.
Right?
The flavoring is always like really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But how you feeling?
It's, you know what? It's not bad.
All right.
There's a kick.
Ooh.
Tasting a kick. A little spicy. Little spice. But yeah, it tastes like someone put like chicken seasoning on a breadstick. They're good. I'd eat them. They're a good snack.
Excellent.
I bet you they'd be good to dip in something.
Ooh, yeah.
A little bit of dip. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Another successful taste testing.
We should do like an entire episode just taste testing food.
That'd be fun. We should do that.
We'll have to like venture off and see if we can find like different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't have to be specifically from like the TNT market. Like whenever on our travels, we should find something.
Yeah, just find some crazy things to taste test.
Mm-hmm. And then eat it. I know that'd be great for all of you listeners, but it'll be fun for us. And that's what matters.
Well, hey, that's how I started doing, like, how I started testing out snacks like this was I was watching a YouTuber who would do that. They'd go, them and their friend would go to, like, a TNT, buy a bunch of snacks, and then show their haul of everything they bought. And then, I think it was Smosh, actually.
Oh, I can see, yeah. Because I think
it was Smosh.
They used to also have a segment where people would send them stuff through the mail.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure it was Smosh then who did that.
Again,
yeah.
I think that's why I got into like different flavored Kit Kats was because of BuzzFeed. They would do videos on like testing all the, and I was like, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Like, it's dope. But yeah, we'll do something like that. I think that would be a fun episode.
I like that idea.
We'll just collect some, it'll be in the making, people. We'll take us
in
a
the
while.
Yeah.
We'll collect some stuff. It'll be great. But yeah, anyways, leave us a comment down below if you feel so inclined. Leave us a deuce if you know, you know. And again, thanks for Thanks for watching so much with us.
Thanks for Christopher Walken.
Thanks for Christopher Walken with us. And consider subscribing to two pretty cool gals, I have to say. But anyway, Cinema Peeps, my god, my brain is not working. Thank you for watching. Watch all the content, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Monkey.
Monkey.